Blitz on 2 is sponsored by Charleston County Parks, Charleston Heating and Air, Morgan & Morgan, and Steen Enterprises.
Oh boy, hey everybody, I'm Mark Morgan. It's that time again, another terrific slate of high school football games right here on the Blitz on 2.
Yeah, that is right. Welcome in, I'm Dan Fanning. The final week of the regular season, and it all comes down to this for Summerville and Fort D. The region title on the line as Dorchester County was divided at Bagwell Stadium in our game of the week. Let me tell you, it was a packed Bagwell Stadium for this one. Green Wave and Patriots. Pretty quiet till the final minute of the first quarter. The 1-2 punch of the Fort gets going. Zion Reynolds, big run up the middle, finally taken down around the 35. 2 plays later, the diminutive Davion Brown around the left side, 32 yards for the opening salvo. Then I turned around. His grandparents were right behind me. Check out the shirt as he goes in. They finally give it to him, a proud granddaddy on the sidelines. Check out the shirt. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Wave trying to get things going on the board. It's a fake. Campbell McCurry pulls out the bag of tricks on Halloween weekend. He rumbles in to make it 7-7. Then 10-7 Fort. Later in the second, McCurry rolls out, tries to find somebody to throw to. Rutrow, if I could be like Mike. Michael Smalls, number 4, rumbles the other way for the pick 6. That makes it 17-7. As we go to the board, Steve LaPratt is pumped up, as you see. How about it? Fort Dorchester, they win the region. The Patriots defend the Fort and claim that region title, 38-21 over Summerville. Now down in Class 4A, the Region 7 title was on the line at the backyard.
That's right, Dan. Since losing to Cane Bay, it seems like that was eons ago, on that walk-off field goal, the Trojans of James Island have yet to lose and hosted Lucy Beckham this evening. Let's check out the highlights as you see them right here. The JI student section, loud and proud. Yeah, that wasn't a real Tiger. I had to look closely. Trojans driving in a scoreless first quarter. Liam Nixon picked off by Perrin Kitchen in the red zone to thwart that JI drive. But then James Island responds to end the quarter. Tykel Maxwell rambles in from 2 yards out. Trojans lead it 7-0. This team's pretty good, folks. Offense just starting to percolate for the home team. Nixon finds DeMarcus Green. Where's DeMarcus? There he is. He does the rest. To the house, as the kids would say. I don't know if they still say it, but I just said it. That touchdown made it 13-0 Trojans. Later in the second, a TD you will only see here on the Blitz. A Montre Scott with a grown man run. He's running through arm tackles. He's running over people, and he has speed into the end zone. 19-0 JI. To the board we go. Did I mention this team is pretty good? 33-7 is your final. Trojan Rumble, I'm guessing?
Yeah, we can do the Trojan Rumble.
It's a thing. We'll do that later. Again, first region title since 1995 for the Trojans, who will host a playoff game for the first time in 2 decades next week. All right, Goose Creek has already wrapped up the region for a 4th straight year.
Yeah, that is right. Gators trying to retain the Golden Goose Trophy, once again taking on Goose Creek, a town rival in Stratford. And Goose Creek, the Stratford Knights were pretty excited to red out hosting the Goose Creek Gators for homecoming. The Gators were up 18-14 at the end of the first. Friend of the program, Drew Moore, still no relation, throws the ball to Davion Malloy, his top target, in the end zone. Extra point is good. Gators now up 25-14. Watch this. The Knights respond. Jakin Davis over the middle, tip drill into the hands of Jalen Berry. Wow.
Quarterback out there
I
playing
tell you,
wide
nicely
receiver.
done. Pretty good hand-eye coordination. That 2-point conversion attempt, though, did not work out. The Knights not down. They're down 20-25 to the Gators, but that's as close as they would get. As we go to the board, and the Creek claims the Golden Goose Trophy with a 25-20 victory over rival Stratford.
Let's move now to Cane Bay High School this evening. The Cobras welcoming the Berkeley Stags, and here we go. Got to get just to the side of the players as they run onto the field. About 4 minutes into the game, Mark Stewart hands off to Langston Rhodes, who runs down the field for a 45-yard touchdown. Cobras on the board, extra point good, 7-0 Cane Bay. Now, just before the end of the first quarter, Mark Stewart hands the ball off again, this time to Deshaun Tompkins, and it's another touchdown for the Cobras. Extra point is good, 14-0 Cane Bay. If you watch Cane Bay play, they run the football all the time. You got to try to find a way to stop them. Middle second quarter, Cane Bay kicker Lawson Thorne kicks this field goal for another 3 points. Now it's 17-0 Cobras. To the board we go. A lot of great field goal kickers in the Low Country this year, Dan. We've talked about that here on the Blitz on 2. Cobras easy. They shut out Berkeley 45-0. Cane Bay will host Ashley Ridge next week in the first round of the playoffs.
Man, speaking of Ashley Ridge, to the Swamp we go. AR taking on Stall. AR up 7-0 in the first quarter. Xavier Proctor Floyd goes up top to Oz Smith, the Wizard of Oz. 45 yards later, touchdown Foxes. Ashley Ridge up 14-0. Swamp Foxes not done. Antonio Moore goes 20 yards this time. Finds a seam, then hits it. Rumbles, goes right into your living room. Touchdown Swamp Foxes, 21-0 AR. Then it became 28-0. Christopher Haynes goes 5 yards for the score. Up the middle, Stall can't bring him down. And to the board we go. Ashley Ridge wins big over Stall, 63-12, your final.
Hey, I know that was hectic, but we're just getting started here on the Blitz on 2. We're going to step away for just a moment. A lot more to come.
Yeah, that is right. More highlights and scores from across the low country, including a Skeeza rivalry on James Island between the Cyclones and Hurricanes. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Blitz on 2, everybody. I'm Mark Morgan. The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah, that is right. Hand-to-hand trying to improve their playoff seeding, taking on the #1 team in the region, Beaufort, on the road. Into the low country we go. Beaufort Eagles up, take charge early. Casey Fields breaks the ice with the 7-yard touchdown. PAT good, 7-0 Eagles. Later, first quarter here, watch Samari Bonds take the keeper. He goes 27 yards for the touchdown. Rumbles in, Hawks down 14-0. Kevon Rivera trying to get something going. He carries the rock for a nice 10-yard gain. Hawks trying to mount a comeback, but just not enough. Kevon Rivera, though, the bell cow running hard down at Beaufort. Eagles, though, with it again. And Beaufort with a nice reverse. Colton Ferris ends up with the ball in his hands, and he does the thing. Finds the seam, turns on the Jets. And it's goodnight Irene, a nice 69-yard touchdown run. That made it 21-0 Eagles. Unfortunately, hand-to-hand just not have an answer tonight as we go to the board, and Beaufort wins big, 49-14.
All right, a little closer to home. Wando hosting Socastee here in Mount Pleasant. AEJ gathers for Wando. Tough yards early on. Not a lot of offense in this game in the first quarter. That drive would stall for the Warriors now. The visiting Braves with it, looking to move the ball themselves. Quadir Scott to Stephen Green. Quick pass over the middle. First down, moving the sticks. But the Warriors defense would stiffen. Wando comes up with the INT out of your screen. I lost it, Dan. My bad, but it was our man, Mikey Rosa. There he is, 45, friend of the program. He picked it off. Wando takes over. And as I mentioned, not a lot of offense early. Both defenses playing well. Look at Wando right here with the gang tackle on Caden O'Keefe of the Braves. Then second quarter action. Braves knocking at the door. Scott can't find a receiver. He's going to scramble up. Ball is loose. It's on the field. Wando says they've got it. We wait. We wait. I get a shot of the crowd. We come back. Wando football. Kind of a grinded out game in that first half, and as we show you the final score, it was a grinded out game the entire time. Wando escapes 10-7.
Over to Daniel Island we go. The Bishops running through the banner. One of Mark's favorite shots on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Taking on Academic Magnet. The Bishops score first. Watch this. This might be the longest play of the season. David Kuhas winds up, finds Zach Rooney running down the field, and Zach has reservations for 6. 95-yard pitch and catch. 2-point try, though, no good. 6-0 Bishops. BE on the march again. Jack Mullen with a handoff, and he fights his way. As you look at the scoreboard with 3:20 left in the first quarter, I think this might be the second.
I stretched that out a little too much.
Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, Jack Mullen rumbles in to make it 12-0 BE. Bishops one more time. Kuhas rolls out, finds Cole Miller. Nice gain of 25 yards down inside the 20. Then Zach Rooney one more time. Takes the pitch around the right side, 15 yards. Rumbles in. That makes it 20-0 Bishops. Nicely done by Zach Rooney. Have yourself a night.
Look at all the stuff. Those kids, man.
Yeah, I didn't know the Catholic students were allowed to do all that.
We're going to get emails, man. We're going to get emails.
Might be. Anyway, Bishop England wins 43-6, your final. Now, a rivalry contest. We're just in the high school league this evening. A big one out on James Island in Skeeza.
Dan, that is correct. The Cyclones of Porter-Gaud making the short trek over to take on the Hurricanes of First Baptist.
And that is right. A nice shot there of the opening coin toss. I think Portugal lost it, but anyway, they got it back. PG caps off a long first drive. James Ball field goal that splits the uprights. That makes it 3-0 Cyclones. Hurricanes answer the second. Jaden Morrison over the middle to Russell Lee. Our parents are in the same Sunday school class at John Wesley. Third down to move the chains.
Love the
then
backstory.
Watch this. Morrison calls his own number, follows his blocks, and says peace to the defense. A long TD run by Mr. Morrison gives First Baptist the 7-3 lead. And they would tack on one more scoring drive later in the contest as we go to the board. First Baptist wins this rivalry contest over Portugal 14-3. Your final.
Another final from the Skeezer ranks. Pinewood Prep shuts out Northwood Academy by a score of 35-0. All right, a little Thursday night action. Remember this one? Philip Simmons and Battery Creek. PS with the opening drive. Tavian Orellana passes to Riley Beard for 10 yards right there. First down, Iron Horses. That drive will culminate in a 15-yard run by Isaac Schimpf right here. There's Isaac, and there's a touchdown. PAT was good. Iron Horses up over Battery Creek by a score of 7-0. Dolphins try to run the ball. Jeremiah Meechan with 5 tough yards right here, but Philip Simmons says, I don't think so. Battery Creek, this was weird. Try to fake punt. Zachary Washington will run with it. Watch this. He gets popped. Ball is loose. Josh Gant picks it up, runs almost right into me. Philip Simmons in business, and the Iron Horses will cash in. Orellana to Q Green. Where is Q? Right there. Look at that catch back of the end zone.
You got mossed.
Nice 16 yards and a TD. PAT was good. 14-0 Iron Horses at that point. They rolled in this one 42-0. Philip Simmons with at least one home playoff game beginning next week. And a dramatic pause here as we go to this other game from Thursday night. Baptist Hill shut out St. John's by a score of 40-0. I delayed that a little bit, didn't I? Sorry about that. I just kind of spaced out. One final timeout here on the Blitz on 2.
That is right. Mark's having a senior moment. But look at some of the scores we missed in our play of the night. Who came away with the honor? Find out on the other side of this break.
And welcome back to the Blitz on 2 with Dan Fanning. I'm Mark Morgan. A couple more scores. Remember, folks, this was the last regular season Friday night of the season. Make sure and stick with the Blitz on 2. Next Friday, we start our playoff push. It's going to be crazy. Some more finals from tonight. Bluffton big over Colleton County, 52-22, and Cross shut out Burke, 61-0.
Yeah, I think that's 115 points the last 2 weeks. Oceanside, 37, Timberland, 12. OCA comes back to rout Timberland to claim the region title. Also, Edisto, no match for Woodland, 55-14. The Wolverines lock up the 2 seed in Class 2A Region 6.
Yep, Woodland, a good football team. Elsewhere, Dillon shut out Georgetown 41-0 on this Friday night.
Also, some more Skeeza scores. Palmetto Christian 12, Colleton Prep 49. Then Carolina Academy gets blanked by Williamsburg Academy 49-0.
A couple other Skeeza scores of note. Calhoun Academy, a winner over Dorchester Academy, 37-6. And St. John's Christian, big over Clarendon Hall, 52-6.
And for our play of the night, we go back to Bishop England. David Kuhas winding up, hitting Zach Rooney over the middle. 95-yard pitch and catch, what we believe might be the longest play from scrimmage this season, at least the longest one that we've shown you. Kuhas to Rooney, 95 yards, and that is your play of the night.
All right, now the high school volleyball playoffs continue this week and will continue next week. We have several low country teams involved, and make sure and follow us right here on Sports News 2 Sports. That's it. As we continue to follow the low country volleyball teams. This was third round play in 4A earlier this week, we had the Lucy Beckham Bengals hosting Hilton Head in this one. The home team took the first 2 sets. This action very late in the 3rd set. A lot of excuse me, emotion, a lot of energy there. Molly Morris of Lucy Beckham takes us to match point with that sequence there. Then Maggie Elliott will put the hammer down with the kill shot. Where is Maggie? There it is. Lucy Beckham wins it 25-9, 25-20, 25-19. Next stop, lower state final.
I think we're really just being a team. We're all there pushing through hard work and every day and practice, and it pushes through to the game.
I think we're really determined just to keep pushing because none of us wants it to be our last game. And we're really, just all of our seniors really just want to keep going, and we all want to go to state.
All right, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us on our Week 10 wrap-up here on the Blitz on 2.
That is right. Join us next week as the playoffs begin right here on Channel 2. Thanks for watching. As always, have a great weekend.